Do you ever start a new Minecraft world and wonder which starter farms you should build for your starter base? Well, look no further. In this video, I show you starter farms you must have in Minecraft. Hello everybody, I'm Rogue Fox, and let's go ahead and jump into our first starter farm. First, we're going to take a look at the wheat farm. Now the wheat farm is great because it gives us an early game food source, and the wheat also sets us up for our second starter farm. When I start a new world, what I like to do, besides get my tools and my bed together, is start punching grass. So when we do that, we hopefully can get seeds to drop. Just like that. We got a couple more because what we need to do shortly after this is craft ourselves a hoe, and then we are going to make ourselves a wheat farm. Once you've harvested a decent amount of seeds, go ahead and make yourself a wooden hoe, get yourself a bucket of water if you haven't already, get yourself a slab, and then a torch. And then what I like to do is break out this hole here, place down your source of water, place a slab over it so we don't fall in, and then trample all of the farmland we're about to make, and throw a torch down to give us a light source. Now go ahead and grab your wooden hoe, and what we can do is come 4 out from the water source in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can fill this whole area in like this. And all of this will become saturated. And as you can tell, it's getting a little bit darker, which means that the water is reaching those blocks. And that means we are able to grow our seeds. Now, if you don't have enough, no worries. Seeds will always produce more seeds after it grows into wheat. But let's go ahead and plant these down just like this. Once the wheat is grown, we can go ahead and punch them. Collect the wheat and the seeds. So we did start with 16 and now we have 23, 24. And we can go ahead and replant those. And we actually have more than we did last time. Now, as we continue to grow more wheat and gather more seeds, we can fill up this whole area. At this point, if you don't have a food source yet, what we can do is take our wheat over to a crafting table, open it up, and we can make ourselves bread, so we have ourselves a food source. But if you do have enough food, what we're going to do is take this wheat and then go into our second farm. The second farm you must have is none other than the cow farm. Now, we need the cow farm because the leather provides us with armor, and leather is also used to create books, which we use to create bookshelves, which we then use to create our enchanting station. And then, of course, we have the cow meat, which is an excellent food source. To make a simple cow farm, all you need are 16 cobblestone walls, and I like to use cobblestone because that is the easiest block to obtain early game, and then 1 carpet. So go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls this way, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and then close this off, and this will give us a nice 3x3 area to place in our cows. Now go ahead and grab that carpet, pick a spot, and place the carpet right on top. So that will allow us to hop up and over, because if we don't, there is no way for us to actually get out, and that's good because that means the cows can't either. Now go ahead and grab that wheat and find yourself some cows. Now wheat is good for breeding cows and also sheep, but for this, we want the cows. So let's go ahead and head over to the wall we just made. Now we also want to place a block down right there so the sheep, or in this case the cows, have a place to pathfind over and into our pen. So we hop up here, let them come on over just like that. They'll hop on in, and I guess we'll take the sheep too if they want to come in, because we can always use wool for more beds or whatever we may need. And then we go ahead and hop out. And like I mentioned, there is no way for them to get out. Once you have the cows inside, go ahead and breed them. You'll see hearts appear above their head like that. And then you'll see some XP drop, which means we have ourselves a baby cow. So we just collected that XP. You can see the XP bar going up down below. And now we just wait a minute for them to reset so we can essentially breed them again. So there is about a 1-minute cooldown time for that. And then from there, just keep breeding and breeding until you get a decent amount of cows inside the pen. Now, personally, I like to keep about 8 full-grown cows at one time, so I can always breed 4 cows each round I do, but it's totally up to you. Now, if you're interested in adding redstone to this cow farm, I have a few tutorials on my channel that you can check out. I'll post a link to one down in the description below, and a card will be popping up in the top right corner. After collecting leather and some raw meat, go ahead and place that raw beef right into a furnace or a smoker. Now the smoker is going to cook this a lot faster, but it will need more resources as compared to the furnace. And now that we have our food cooking, go ahead and grab that leather that you've been stashing away and craft yourselves some leather armor if you haven't already. Now do keep in mind, when the Caves and Cliffs update drops, we are going to need leather boots to keep ourselves from sinking in the powdered snow. Now that your armor is crafted, let's go ahead and grab that remaining leather and go into our next farm. The third starter farm you must have in Minecraft is the sugarcane farm, and that's because sugarcane allows us to craft paper, which then allows us to craft books, which then allows us to craft bookshelves, which we then use to build our enchanting stations. Sugarcane can be found near bodies of water, so it'll look just like this. We can go ahead and break it down, pick it up. Now, depending on your living situation, so if you're living next to water, we can go ahead and replant these just like this. These will grow 3 blocks tall like you just saw, giving us a total of 9. Or what we can do is, let's pick these up once again, get yourselves a bucket of water, and take it back over to our base area. Now, just like the wheat over there with the seeds, once we plant these, we will get more as we continue to grow them. So let's place down a bucket of water here. That's going to be our water source. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks out this way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks out that way, and then we can go ahead and place down our sugarcane. Eventually, your sugarcane farm is going to begin to look a little something like this. So after it grows and you keep replanting them, you'll have both sides filled up just like you see here, and if you want to expand it, you can make another row just like this. But now what we want to do is break it at the second one up, because we do want to leave the base behind. That way the sugarcane can keep growing. So we can just go through, break it just like that, pick it all up, and just like everything else, this can be automated by Redstone. And again, I do have tutorials to this type of farm on my channel as well. But once we have that all collected, what we can do now is head over to a crafting table, open it up. Now, we don't want sugar. Let's go over to this menu right here. You can see we have paper. We can go ahead and craft paper. So that sugarcane was crafted into paper there. And like I keep mentioning, you can kind of see the theme going on here. What we want to do with that paper is craft books with our leather. So we craft the books, and now we can craft bookshelves after we collect a little bit more wood. And as I keep saying throughout the whole video, the idea of this is to get you set up your enchanting station. So if we actually take a look right over here, this is the enchantment table. So you can see it does require a book, 2 diamonds, and 4 obsidian. Now the diamonds and obsidian do need to be obtained through mining. So hopefully at this point in the game, you have been digging down below and got yourself some diamonds and some obsidian. And then with that, we can go ahead and craft our bookshelves, craft our enchantment table, and then craft our enchanting station. After you have created all 3 of these must-have farms, you can finally create your enchanting station. And with that, we do have our enchantment table. We have all of these bookshelves here that we were saving up the leather and paper for. And then with that, once you have the proper amount of levels and the lapis, we can open the enchantment table and then start enchanting our tools and then our armor. In this example, if we had 30 levels and the proper lapis, we could get Silk Touch on our pickaxe, which is actually very handy to have. And with that, this is the end result of the 3 starter farms you must have in Minecraft. Now, don't get me wrong, there are other farms out there that you can start off with. Off the top of my head, I am thinking of kelp, and I'm also thinking of bone meal. But with what I showed you today, this gives you a solid foundation for starting a brand new world. So with the wheat, as you saw, we get an early game food source, and then that eventually allows us to breed sheep and then cows. And then with the cows, as you saw, we were able to breed them, and then we can eventually get leather and then cooked beef, which is another great food source. And then going to the sugarcane farm, we're able to craft paper, take that leather, craft books, craft the bookshelves, and then ultimately crafting our enchanting station, which will set you up for the rest of the game. What starter farms do you like to use? Let me know down in the comments below. But with that, we are all out of time, so I really hope you all enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I will see you later.